Hadīth 1. Narrated Ibn Umar, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, whoever drinks alcoholic drinks in the world and does not repent, before dying, will be deprived of it in the hereafter. Hadīth 2. Narrated Abu Hurairah, on the night Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was taken on a night journey, Miraj, 2 cups, one containing wine and the other milk, were presented to him at Jerusalem. He looked at it and took the cup of milk. Gabriel said, Praise be to Allah who guided you to al-Fitrah, the right path. If you had taken the cup of wine, your nation would have gone astray. Hadīth 3. Narrated Anas, I heard from Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, a narration which none other than I will narrate to you. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, From among the portents of the hour are the following: general ignorance in religious affairs will prevail, religious knowledge will decrease, illegal sexual intercourse will prevail, alcoholic drinks will be drunk in abundance, men will decrease and women will increase, so much so that for every 50 women there will be one man to look after them. Hadīth 4. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, an adulterer, at the time he is committing illegal sexual intercourse is not a believer, and a person, at the time of drinking an alcoholic drink is not a believer, and a thief, at the time of stealing is not a believer. Ibn Shihab said, Abdul Malik bin Abi Bakr bin Abdur Rahman bin al-Harith bin Hisham told me that Abu Bakr used to narrate that narration to him on the authority of Abu Hurairah. He used to add that Abu Bakr used to mention, besides the above cases, and he who robs, takes illegally something by force, while the people are looking at him, is not a believer at the time he is robbing, taking. Hadīth 5. Narrated Ibn Umar, alcoholic drinks were prohibited, by Allah, when there was nothing of it, special kind of wine, in Medina. Hadīth 6. Narrated Anas, alcoholic drinks were prohibited at the time we could rarely find wine made from grapes in Medina, for most of our liquors were made from unripe and ripe dates. Hadīth 7. Narrated Ibn Umar, Umar stood up on the pulpit and said, Now then, prohibition of alcoholic drinks have been revealed, and these drinks are prepared from 5 things, that is, grapes, dates, honey, wheat or barley. And an alcoholic drink is that disturbs the mind. Hadīth 8. Narrated Anas bin Malik, I was serving Abu Ubaidah, Abu Talha and Ubay bin Ka'b with a drink prepared from ripe and unripe dates. Then somebody came to them and said, Alcoholic drinks have been prohibited. On hearing that, Abu Talha said, Get up, O Anas, and pour, throw, it out. So I poured, threw, it out. Hadīth 9. Narrated Anas, while I was waiting on my uncles and serving them with wine prepared from dates, and I was the youngest of them, it was said, Alcoholic drinks have been prohibited. So they said to me, Throw it away. So I threw it away. Hadīth 10. Narrated Anas bin Malik, alcoholic drinks were prohibited. At that time these drinks used to be prepared from unripe and ripe dates. Hadīth 11. Narrated Aisha, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was asked about Al-Badhaq. He said, All drinks that intoxicate are unlawful to drink. Hadīth 12. Narrated Aisha, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was asked about Al-Badhaq, a liquor prepared from honey which the Yemenites used to drink. Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, All drinks that intoxicate are unlawful to drink. Hadīth 13. Anas bin Malik said, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, Do not make drinks in ad-dubba nor in al-muzaffat. Abu Hurairah used to add to them al-huntam and an-nakir. Hadīth 14. Narrated Ibn Umar, Umar delivered a sermon on the pulpit of Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, Alcoholic drinks were prohibited by divine order, and these drinks used to be prepared from 5 things, that is, grapes, dates, wheat, barley and honey. Alcoholic drink is that disturbs the mind. Umar added, I wish Allah's apostle had not left us before he had given us definite verdicts concerning 3 matters, that is, how much a grandfather may inherit, of his grandson, the inheritance of al-Kalala, the deceased person among whose heirs there is no father or son, and various types of riba, usury. Hadith 15. Narrated Umar, alcoholic drinks are prepared from 5 things, that is, raisins, dates, wheat, barley and honey. Hadith 16. Narrated Abu Amir or Abu Malik al-Ash'ari, that he heard the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, From among my followers there will be some people who will consider illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks and the use of musical instruments as lawful. And there will be some people who will stay near the side of a mountain, and in the evening their shepherd will come to them with their sheep and ask them for something, but they will say to him, Return to us tomorrow. Allah will destroy them during the night and will let the mountain fall on them, and he will transform the rest of them into monkeys and pigs and they will remain so till the day of resurrection. Hadith 17. Narrated Sahih, Abu Usaid as-Sa'idi came and invited Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, on the occasion of his wedding. His wife who was the bride, was serving them. Do you know what drink she prepared for Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him? She had soaked some dates in water in a Taur overnight. Hadith 18. Narrated Jabir, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the use of certain containers, but the Ansar said, We cannot dispense with them. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, then said, If so, then use them. Hadith 19. Narrated Abdullāh bin Umar, when the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the use of certain containers, that were used for preparing alcoholic drinks, somebody said to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, but not all the people can find skins. So he allowed them to use clay jars not covered with pitch. Hadith 20. Narrated Ali, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the use of ad-dibba and al-muzaffat. Amash also narrated this. Hadith 21. Narrated Ibrahim, I asked al-Aswad, did you ask Aisha, mother of the believers, about the containers in which it is disliked to prepare non-alcoholic drinks? He said, Yes. I said to her, O mother of the believers, what containers did the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbid to use for preparing non-alcoholic drinks? She said, the Prophet forbade us, his family, to prepare non-alcoholic drinks in ad-dibba and al-muzaffat. I asked, didn't you mention al-jar and al-hantam? She said, I tell what I have heard, shall I tell you what I have not heard? Hadith 22. Narrated Ash-Shaybani, I heard Abdullāh bin Abi Awfa saying, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the use of green jars. I said, shall we drink out of white jars? He said, no. Hadith 23. Narrated Sahul bin Sa'd, Abu Usaid as-Sa'idi invited the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, to his wedding banquet. At that time, his wife was serving them and she was the bride. She said, do you know what kind of syrup I made, for Allah's apostle? I soaked some dates in water in a Taur bowl, overnight. Hadith 24. Narrated Abu al-Juwayriyah, I asked Ibn Abbas about Al-Badhaq. He said, Muhammad prohibited alcoholic drinks before it was called Al-Badhaq, by saying, any drink that intoxicates is unlawful. I said, what about good lawful drinks? He said, apart from what is lawful and good, all other things are unlawful and not good, unclean, al-Khabith. Hadith 25. Narrated Aisha, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to like sweet edible things and honey. Hadith 26. Narrated Anas, while I was serving Abu Talha, Abu Dujana and Abu Suhail bin al-Bayda with a drink made from a mixture of unripe and ripe dates. Alcoholic drinks were made unlawful, whereupon I threw it away, and I was their butler and the youngest of them, and we used to consider that drink as an alcoholic drink in those days. Hadith 27. Narrated Jabir, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the drinking of alcoholic drinks prepared from raisins, dates, unripe dates and fresh ripe dates. Hadith 28. Narrated Abu Qatada, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the mixing of ripe and unripe dates and also the mixing of dates and raisins, for preparing a syrup, but the syrup of each kind of fruit should be prepared separately. One may have such drinks as long as it is fresh. Hadith 29. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was presented a bowl of milk and a bowl of wine on the night he was taken on a journey, al-Miraj. Hadith 30. Narrated al-Fadl, the people doubted whether Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was fasting on the day of Arafat or not. So I sent a cup containing milk to him and he drank it. Hadith 31. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullāh, Abu Humayd brought a cup of milk from a place called An-Naqi. Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said to him, will you not cover it, even by placing a stick across it? Hadith 32. Narrated Jabir, Abu Humayd, an Ansari man, came from An-Naqi carrying a cup of milk to the Prophet. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, will you not cover it even by placing a stick across it? Hadith 33. Narrated Al-Bara, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, came from Makkah with Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr said, we passed by a shepherd and at that time Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was thirsty. I milked a little milk in a bowl and Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, drank till I was pleased. Suraqah bin Juashum came to us riding a horse, chasing us. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, invoked evil upon him, whereupon Suraqah requested him not to invoke evil upon him, in which case he would go back. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, agreed. Hadith 34. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, the best object of charity is a she-camel which has, newly, given birth and gives plenty of milk, or a she-goat which gives plenty of milk, and is given to somebody to utilize its milk by milking one bowl in the morning and one in the evening. Hadith 35. Narrated Ibn Abbas, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, drank milk and then rinsed his mouth and said, it contains fat. Hadith 36. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, added, I was raised to the Lot tree and saw 4 rivers, 2 of which were coming out and 2 going in. Those which were coming out were the Nile and the Euphrates, and those which were going in were 2 rivers in paradise. Then I was given 3 bowls, one containing milk, and another containing honey, and a third containing wine. I took the bowl containing milk and drank it. It was said to me, you and your followers will be on the right path of Islam. Hadith 37. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Abu Talha had the largest number of date palms from amongst the Ansar of Medina. The dearest of his property to him was Bayruha garden which was facing the Prophet's mosque. Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, used to enter it and drink of its good fresh water. When the holy verse, by no means shall you attain righteousness unless you spend, in charity, of that which you love, Surah 3, Ayah 92, was revealed, Abu Talha got up and said, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Allah says, by no means shall you attain righteousness unless you spend of that which you love, and the dearest of my property to me is the Bayruha garden and I want to give it in charity in Allah's cause, seeking to be rewarded by Allah for that. So you can spend it, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, wherever Allah instructs you. Allah's Apostle said, good. That is a perishable, or profitable, wealth. Abdullāh is in doubt as to which word was used. He said, I have heard what you have said, but in my opinion you'd better give it to your kith and kin. On that, Abu Talha said, I will do so, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Abu Talha distributed that garden among his kith and kin and cousins. Hadīth 38. Narrated Anas bin Malik, I saw Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, drinking milk. He came to my house and I milked a sheep and then mixed the milk with water from the well for Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. He took the bowl and drank while on his left there was sitting Abu Bakr, and on his right there was a Bedouin. He then gave the remaining milk to the Bedouin and said, The right first. Hadīth 39. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullāh, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, and one of his companions entered upon an Ansari man, and the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said to him, If you have water kept overnight in a water skin, give us, otherwise we will drink water by putting our mouth in it. The man was watering his garden then. He said, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. I have water kept overnight, let us go to the shade. So he took them both there and poured water into a bowl and milked a domestic goat of his in it. Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, drank, and then the man who had come along with him drank. Hadīth 40. Narrated Aisha, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to like sweet edible things, syrup, etc., and honey. Hadīth 41. Narrated Al-Nazal, Ali came to the gate of the courtyard, of the mosque, and drank water, while he was standing and said, Some people dislike to drink while standing, but I saw the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, drinking water, as you have seen me doing now. Hadīth 42. Narrated Al-Nazal bin Sabra, Ali offered the Zuhr prayer and then sat down in the wide courtyard, of the mosque, of Kufa in order to deal with the affairs of the people till the Asr prayer became due. Then water was brought to him and he drank of it, washed his face, hands, head and feet. Then he stood up and drank the remaining water while he was standing, and said, Some people dislike to drink water while standing, though the Prophet did as I have just done. Hadīth 43. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, drank Zamzam, water, while standing. Hadīth 44. Narrated al-Fadl, daughter of al-Harith, that she sent a bowl of milk to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, while he was standing, at Arafat, in the afternoon of the day of Arafat. He took it in his hands and drank it. Narrated Abu Nadr, the Prophet was on the back of his camel. Hadīth 45. Narrated Anas bin Malik, milk mixed with water was brought to Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, while a Bedouin was on his right and Abu Bakr was on his left. He drank of it, and then gave it to the Bedouin and said, The right first. Hadīth 46. Narrated Sahal bin Sa'd, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was offered something to drink. He drank of it while on his right was a boy and on his left were some elderly people. He said to the boy, May I give these elderly people first? The boy said, By Allah, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. I will not give up my share from you to somebody else. On that, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, placed the cup in the hand of that boy. Hadīth 47. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullāh, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and one of his companions entered upon an Ansari man. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and his companion greeted the man, and he replied, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Let my father and mother be sacrificed for you. It is hot, while he was watering his garden. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, asked him, If you have water kept overnight in a water skin, give us, or else we will drink by putting our mouths in the basin. The man was watering the garden. The man said, "O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. I have water kept overnight in a water skin." He went to the shade and poured some water into a bowl and milked some milk from a domestic goat in it. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, drank and then gave the bowl to the man who had come along with him to drink. Hadīth 48. Narrated on us, I was waiting on my uncles, serving them with an alcoholic drink prepared from dates, and I was the youngest of them. Suddenly, it was said that alcoholic drinks had been prohibited. So they said to me, "Throw it away." And I threw it away. The sub-narrator said, I asked Anas what their drink was made from. He replied, "From ripe dates and unripe dates." Hadīth 49. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullāh, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "When night falls, or when it is evening, stop your children from going out, for the devil spread out at that time. But when an hour of the night has passed, release them and close the doors and mention Allah's name, for Satan does not open a closed door. Tie the mouth of your water skin and mention Allah's name, cover your containers and utensils and mention Allah's name. Cover them even by placing something across it, and extinguish your lamps." Hadīth 50. Narrated Jabir, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Extinguish the lamps when you go to bed, close your doors, tie the mouths of your water skins, and cover the food and drinks." I think he added, even with a stick you place across the container. Hadīth 51. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the bending of the mouths of water skins for the sake of drinking from them. Hadīth 52. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, I heard Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, forbidding the drinking of water by bending the mouths of water skins, that is, drinking from the mouths directly. Hadīth 53. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade drinking directly from the mouth of a water skin or other leather containers, and forbade preventing one's neighbor from fixing a peg in the wall of one's house. Hadīth 54. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the drinking of water directly from the mouth of a water skin. Hadīth 55. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade the drinking of water direct from the mouth of a water skin. Hadīth 56. Narrated Abu Qatada, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "When you drink water, do not breathe in the vessel, and when you urinate, do not touch your penis with your right hand. And when you cleanse yourself after defecation, do not use your right hand." Hadīth 57. Narrated Thamama bin Abdullāh, Anas used to breathe twice or thrice in the vessel, while drinking, and used to say that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to take 3 breaths while drinking. Hadīth 58. Narrated Ibn Abi Layla, while Hudayfah was at Madain, he asked for water. The chief of the village brought him a silver vessel. Hudayfah threw it away and said, "I have thrown it away because I told him not to use it, but he has not stopped using it." The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, forbade us to wear clothes of silk or dibaj, and to drink in gold or silver utensils, and said, "These things are for them, unbelievers, in this world and for you, Muslims, in the hereafter." Hadīth 59. Narrated Hudayfah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Do not drink in gold or silver utensils, and do not wear clothes of silk or dibaj, for these things are for them, unbelievers, in this world and for you in the hereafter." Hadīth 60. Narrated Salama, the wife of the Prophet, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "He who drinks in silver utensils is only filling his abdomen with hell fire." Hadīth 61. Narrated Al-Barā bin Azib, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, ordered us to do 7 things and forbade us from 7. He ordered us to visit the sick, to follow funeral processions, to say, to a sneezer, "May Allah bestow His mercy on you," if he says, "Praise be to Allah," to accept invitations, to greet everybody, to help the oppressed and to help others to fulfill their oaths. He forbade us to wear gold rings, to drink in silver utensils, to use mayathir, silken carpets placed on saddles, to wear al-Qassi, a kind of silken cloth, to wear silk, dibaj or istabrak, 2 kinds of silk. Hadith 62. Narrated al-Fadl, that the people were in doubt whether the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was fasting on the day of Arafat or not, so a wooden, drinking vessel full of milk was sent to him, and he drank it. Hadith 63. Narrated Sahal bin Sa'd, an Arab lady was mentioned to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, so he asked Abu Usaid as-Sa'di to send for her, and he sent for her and she came and stayed in the castle of Bani Sa'dah. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, came out and went to her and entered upon her. Behold, it was a lady sitting with a drooping head. When the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, spoke to her, she said, "I seek refuge with Allah from you." He said, "I grant you refuge from me." They said to her, "Do you know who this is?" She said, "No." They said, "This is Allah's messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, who has come to command your hand in marriage." She said, "I am very unlucky to lose this chance." Then the Prophet and his companions went towards the shed of Bani Sa'dah and sat there. Then he said, "Give us water, O Sahal." So I took out this drinking bowl and gave them water in it. The sub-narrator added, Sahal took out for us that very drinking bowl and we all drank from it. Later on, Umar bin Abdul Aziz requested Sahal to give it to him as a present, and he gave it to him as a present. Hadith 64. Narrated Asim al-Ahwal, I saw the drinking bowl of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, with Anas bin Malik, and it had been broken, and he had mended it with silver plates. That drinking bowl was quite wide and made of nadar wood. Anas said, I gave water to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, in that bowl more than so and so, for a long period. Ibn Sirin said, around that bowl there was an iron ring, and Anas wanted to replace it with a silver or gold ring, but Abu Talha said to him, do not change a thing that Allah's messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, has made. So Anas left it as it was. Hadith 65. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullāh, I was with the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and the time for the Asr prayer became due. We had no water with us except a little which was put in a vessel and was brought to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. He put his hand into it and spread out his fingers and then said, come along. Hurry up. All those who want to perform ablution. The blessing is from Allah. I saw the water gushing out from his fingers. So the people performed the ablution and drank, and I tried to drink more of that water, beyond my thirst and capacity, for I knew that it was a blessing. The sub-narrator said, I asked Jabir, how many persons were you then? He replied, we were 1,400 men. Salam said, Jabir said, 1,500.